30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome Glovers, welcome Internet, welcome flow artist enthusiasts, welcome light show enthusiasts, welcome. It is Thursday. It is time for the Vortex launch. We have been talking up this glove set for the last 3 months straight. And enthusiast. Yes, welcome enthusiast. This isn't cooking class. Listen, we are going to tell you everything about these Vortex wired glove sets, and then we're going to also tell you what time you can get them tomorrow, but you're going to have to wait. And you're going to have to share the stream. So smash the like button, share the stream, and stick around to the end of the stream because we are going to tell you specifically what time you can get them. And these are going to be very limited. Very limited set. I believe there's only going to be, I could be wrong here, but I believe there's only going to be 20 sets. And we're going to find out that specific number in a second here. So you really do want to stick around to the end of the stream in order to find out what time they are going live. So I'm going to bring in the creator and I'm going to bring in the dev chat. So right now I am joined by a literal chorus of people who are going to tell you, sing you the praises of the Vortex wired glove set. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the gang. Welcome, gang. Let's start off with the boy Shane. Shane, welcome back to the stream for the, I believe, the 4th time, and thank you again for all of your hard work with this wonderful project.
Happy to bring it to everybody, and happy for all the help I've gotten along the way.
Well, you have done absolutely the Lord's work. You have, like Atlas himself, put the team on your back and trudged up a mountain of work. So we really do appreciate what you've done here, especially for me personally, because you've created, Jest mode, Jest 2.0, and then we put together the Jestival default, which I have to say has been a concept in my brain for the last 5 years, and has never come to fruition because no coder wanted to put it on a light set for me, and so now there is that in existence, and everybody who purchases the set is going to get Jestival mode as default number 2. So yep. I don't know, thanks a lot for that. That's pretty cool.
That's what the Vortex gloves are all about. It's all about getting all those ideas that were previously there wasn't any room for it, and now there's room for everything.
There's room for everything. You can literally program. If you don't like the defaults, you can reprogram the whole set to have different defaults. Defaults.
So you can factory reset your chip or your set, and it'll revert to whatever you chose rather than what we chose.
Right. Isn't that beautiful? What a concept. What a concept. So, what's your favorite part of this glove set? What was your favorite part of working on the glove set?
My favorite part of working on the glove set was honestly solving the wires, because that's the big point of contention. That's the big concern. You know, you can't do that wrong.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, everybody was skeptical about it being a wired glove set, and so doing the wires wrong is absolutely the fail. I like how you were talking about failure points.
Yeah.
Particularly about failure points. One of the first times that we streamed together, you were like, "Well, how do we deal with these failure points?" And realistically, in a wired glove set, that's what the failure points would be. And
of course.
you really gotta figure that out early.
Mm-hmm. It's fundamental. It's literally fundamental to the set. With bad wires, the set is limited, and wires themselves are limited. Therefore, the set is always limited. So how do you get around that? It seems like an impossible problem. But at some point, I stumbled across the concept, or I came up with a concept. I don't really remember. No, I think it was a conversation with you. You were like, how do we mass produce these? Yeah, we were talking about the concept of the set back when there was a alpha, like pre-prototype.
Because you wanted to make like 2 of them for like...
Yeah, I was just like, can I make this thing? That was the real question.
Right.
And the answer was yes, but how much manual labor am I willing to do?
Right.
And you're like, how do you make more of them? And I was like, the only way to make more of them is to make it so that you can somehow have the wires pre-attach. And then that kind of led me to realize, what if the wires can be reattached? And that's part of the assembly, and it's part. And then the connectors, and then now we're here.
So now we're here. I mean, now everything's modular because of that same failure point conversation that we were having. And we don't have to worry. You have a failure point. Oh, one of your wires fails. Great. We're gonna send you a couple of extras in the purchase pack, right?
Yes, I'm planning on including like a pair of extras for now, with your regular full set. And although I have enough wires stocked of the current variety, they look something like these guys. I'll try and get it on camera. It might not be great, but you'll have a bunch of these guys. They've got some heat shrink to prevent a little bit of the untwisting, and they're also like quite strong, reinforced with epoxy on the ends. But you'll start with these, but right now I'm currently testing a newer iteration of the wires, which although these are stronger than the wires we've had before, the new iteration that I'm testing will be even stronger still. So even though your first set will only last so long, the next set of wires will undoubtedly last longer.
So even though you're about to launch this glove set, you're not done making it better, is what you're saying.
No, absolutely. That's exactly right. And so the modular nature of having these repluggable wires allows me to get them to a point where it's acceptable, and then from there start making it incredible. And you will never be left out of that for having joined too early. Like, you can just buy the new set and boom, you're up to speed, latest technology.
One of the beautiful things about the modularity. Before we move on here, I want to take this opportunity to tell you guys, you can still share this stream and help other people find out what time these are going to drop tomorrow, because they are going to drop tomorrow, and the specific time that they drop tomorrow is going to be key, because again, there's only going to be like 20 sets of these, so you really need to be Johnny on the spot with it, because these are gonna go. Everybody wants one of these for sure.
Yeah, and the reason for the 20 sets isn't because I'm trying to be like exclusive or stingy or whatever you might imagine. The sole purpose is so that I can get up to speed, because this is going to be a larger volume of products than I've ever shipped before. This is going to be a larger audience than I've ever served before. And I want to make sure
each one of these sets himself, guys. Like, he's genuinely building each one of these himself. So for now, there's only going to be 20 sets, but after this first run goes, we're also going to start working on getting. Are you going to start working on getting resellers right away? Or are you going to get a couple of batches going first?
That's tricky because there's training involved for that. Like, if I were to have resellers, they would need to learn a few things about the assembly of the sets themselves, so they could do it properly and they can maintain them and they could carry them. So that probably won't happen right away, although we can start on it right away. It might not be available. That might not be an option until, a few months down the line. But yeah, after the first set, the first batch rather, the next batch is undoubtedly going to be larger. How much larger? I don't know. That's partially based on how fast I can go, partially based on how fast they sell. But I fully intend to ramp up to meet demand through one of these avenues, by either onboarding new resellers and training people to build the sets, or just upping my own production personally.
I already volunteer as tribute. I'll learn how to build them if you need someone to, be a seller out here in the Midwest. So I volunteered. We got some questions in chat. We got Aloha Nation in the chat. What up, Hawaii? Gang. Yeah. Please go ahead, smash the like button, share the stream. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really appreciate the likes and I really appreciate the shares, but the two metrics that we really gotta focus on here are watch time and click-through rate, because those are the things that YouTube likes. So apparently if you stick around and actually watch my content, they'll show it to more people. Who'd have thunk? So that would be really appreciated. I know that these live streams mean a lot because a lot of you guys sitting here for, you know, 2 hours at a time and hang out with me, which is huge for the watch time. But smashing that like button, sharing the stream, hitting the notification bell actually is a big deal too, because then my videos get views right away, and that click-through rate and that watch time starts the process immediately. So subscribing really doesn't matter, even though it looks cool. Likes and comments really don't matter, even though they look cool, and they matter to me, don't get me wrong, they matter to me, but the things that matter to the YouTube algorithm are click-through rate and watch time, and I don't know, we're working on that. So anyways, let's get some of the other people in here, but before we do that, I want to remind all of you guys that you're walking sacks of water and that you need to refill yourself. So take this opportunity to drink some water. Hydrate. Stay hydrated. Now let's get in the rest of the gang. Who should we hear from first? Someone we haven't heard from before. Maybe McKinley. Do you wanna talk to us a little bit here?
Hello. Sure.
Welcome to the Jesticle stream. This is your first time on the show. You have been doing the dev thing as well. You're also, in case people don't know, you are one of the main originators of the worldwide gloving Discord. The two different Discords that you guys should be joining if you're into light show finger wiggle things are Worldwide Glovers and You Got Moves. So the Halls of YGM and the Worldwide Glovers Discords, they will both be linked in the comments. One is yougotmoves.com/Discord, and the other one is going to be linked by McKinley because I'm sure he's got that link handy. Got an invite for that handy. Say that.
Discord.com/WWG.
Discord.com/WWG. So, Mac, do you want to tell us what your favorite part of this wired glove set is?
I love the fact that, one, it's rechargeable, as I'm doing right now, because that was something I should have had, but I was like, you know what, this is super convenient anyways, and we can show this.
Mans was a little reckless with his battery life, but that's okay because they take like 20 minutes to charge.
Yeah.
They genuinely take like 20 minutes to charge. Turn the music down a little bit, they say.
I
Okay.
love how you can adjust the brightness for, like, whether you're in person or for your camera, because sometimes, depending on how you shoot your video or where you're at, you know, your light can affect it. In case you don't want to mess with it in post. So I love that fact, and the whole experience when we were all making the sets and just developing the flashing patterns was so surreal. Being a part of that process was definitely a unique experience, and I'm glad I was a part of it.
Genuinely sitting with Shane for literally hours at a time and just talking to him about how these flashing patterns affect, you know, vision, how persistence of vision works, how glovers like to see the trails, how we move, and how the trails show up because of how we move. Shane's an orbiter, and now orbiters, of course, respect trail patterns, but they have a different perception on how trails come off because of the speed of the prop that they're using, right?
Absolutely.
So it always ends up being that orbiters use more lengthy, long, ribbony patterns, whereas glovers want things that are more short and doppy is the word I'm gonna use.
Yeah, typically. I mean, of course you can bring up the old what was it, solid challenge that people would use to practice their cleanliness.
Of course.
But overall, yeah, we are more stroby because we like to move a lot slower. So to display that flashing pattern in a multitude of ways, we want to be able to have that speed control. If we just have a solid, we can't always display everything we want the way we want it. Plus impacting, true. You know, you can't have impacting without being able to change it.
True. So what modes did you submit?
It's the mode that I submit. Honestly, I wasn't sure what it's called, but it's unique. I need to get the list to double check what it's called, but I'm gonna call it StarStream. That's what I'm calling it.
That's
It's
valid.
red and blue. What's unique about it is I use 7 low blues and 1 high red. That's just the color pattern I love to do.
That sounds like a star stream, if you ask me. So.
So yeah, I'll be showing that off in a little bit, but I am ready to, you know, break the chip in the sense of let's see how far we can go. You know, let's see how far we can go with programming and. You know,
someone's got to speed run the chip. Who can beat the game in 20 minutes?
Shane, how many modes do we have again?
There's 14 mode slots, and I think there's now 41 patterns, but there's like a 42nd one in development, and there's also like a completely since we last met, I completely overhauled the entire pattern system to allow for modders to come in and really tweak things with almost zero coding experience. Okay. Yeah, so that the system is still mid overhaul, but it will basically allow for like unlimited new patterns to be added later. But for now, 41.
Okay, so like with that in mind, I can only see myself getting ready to make like some full-on show when we start setting up the individual fingers and all that fun jazz. That's something I'm gonna dive into. I want to make like a full choreographed light show set.
Yeah, that's part of the rework. Those ideas are trying to be integrated now.
Mm-hmm.
So the question was, did that come preloaded on it? And I'm not sure what that is. I'm sure. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you're asking about the Starstream mode. The Starstream mode will come preloaded on it, right?
Yes, it will once I find it and add it to the list. And we're still organizing the default settings that ship on there. I've got most of them. I haven't found them all and organized them yet, but yeah, that'll be on there, as well as the 41 patterns I was just discussing a moment ago.
Nice.
The overhaul will be available as an update most likely, because it's probably not going to be ready tomorrow.
Gotcha. Well, there's definitely more to come with the programming, obviously. We got so much stuff to do. There's so much room for activities. There's a number of coders who have reached out to me in order to reach out to Shane in order to work on this already. So, yeah. The question is, so 40 modes ready to use? Basically, yes, 40 modes, right?
Oh yeah, 41.
41 modes ready out the box.
Yeah.
42 if you include the mode menu.
13 defaults, right?
Yeah. 14 default slots.
14 default slots. So
yeah.
The first default slot is what?
True. The first one, just tentatively, it's a mode from Josh called Hidden Blade, which I thought was really cool. It's sort of a variation on Edge mode, sort of. We call it Ghost Crush, and it is a bunch of dops packed tightly together with no space, followed by a moderate gap size. So
amazing.
They kind of.
You can actually see Hidden Blade right now in Glover's Lounge. Josh Steamboy, is that video on your YouTube as well?
No, that's gonna be on my YouTube probably sometime this weekend.
Okay,
but
so
it's on my Facebook page right now.
It is on his Facebook page right now. That Facebook page is.
It should be facebook.com/SteamboyGlover.
Steamboy Glover.
This is it on my garbage camera, which completely destroys it. But there's red and white. That's
yeah, 15 minutes before the show, I saw that video and I was like, you know, I should have asked him for that video to play before the stream. But instead, you got the old video of me using the Vortexes with the Easter egg set that I made that I was really happy about. 41 flashing patterns and 13 programmable slots. I'm not allowed in there, remember? Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, no. Hey, Gideon, I sent you a invite to the Glover's Lounge like 2 months ago. So the fact that you're still not in there is on you because I invited you back in. You're no longer banned. So GG, bud. Anyways, the next thing that we wanted to talk about, or that we wanted that we were getting asked about here, is the price point. And the question in my mind is, should we tell you the price point now, or should we wait until when we are going to give away the time of release? And you know, I'm gonna leave that up to you, Shane. What do you think? You want to tell them the price point, or do you want to wait for the time of release?
The price point, it's not going to affect that. They'll still have to wait to find out when they're coming.
That's
Also, I
true.
kind of spoiled that already, so.
That is true. If you know where to look, you know where to find the price point. It's not like it's been a secret, because a lot of people have been talking about it. But if you want to go ahead and give the details of the price point and the breakdown of why people are paying what they're going to be paying.
Sure. Yeah, up until now, the price was vague because I had to really make sure I got all my numbers right before announcing it. Because instead of remaking the price, that kind of is weird compared to just saying wait till we figure it out. But after doing all the math and planning everything out, the price point is going to be $265. That'll get you your full setup, 10 wires with 2 spares, 10 LED chips, all the casings for all those different parts. And a pair of YGM whites of your size of choice. It also it comes with the rechargeable batteries already installed. Technically, that can be an add-on item too, where you get additional rechargeable batteries that you can like hot swap out just by unplugging and plugging. But that I don't have planned for launch. The batteries are pretty good. Like they were saying, they charge fast and they last for quite a while.
They charge very fast and they last for days. So they literally charge in 20 minutes. I have on stream charged them or drained them and then charged them to capacity and then used them again on a stream before. So
totally. But yeah, so you should be thinking about when considering the price of the set that you're not going to have to be replacing your batteries. You still need to replace your whites, and you will now need to replace, much less frequently, your wires. The cool thing about the wires is even though they last much longer than batteries right now, they are expected to last even longer still as they get better and as we test them. Like I was mentioning before, we got these new industrial strength wires. They're slimmer, more comfortable, and they're rated for 10,000 cycles. They're the similar kinds that you would find in robotics, where you have like moving arms that are constantly repeated flex, and if this joint breaks, the whole thing's dead. So there's applications where we need wires that don't fail, and those are what I'm looking for now and testing. So eventually we'll get there, but we're close. We're getting closer.
So as soon as NASA comes up with the wires that don't fail, we'll be able to use them in our class.
They got them. They got them. We just gotta find them.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. But
so
yeah,
how many are
that's
going to be for
what
sale
we're
for the first set of orders? Asks Dub Tart.
The first batch is only 20 units, and
20
that's
units.
going to help me gauge what the second batch size should be based on how fast they sell out. I'm pretty confident after this feedback or after this reception that they're going to sell out quite quickly. I highly recommend it if you want a pair to definitely get in on that on day one. If not within the first few hours. I don't know when they're going to sell out, but they probably will. And it will be more within a few weeks. I'm going to try and get like a 2 to 3 week cycle on batches until that no longer makes sense.
Right. And, as soon as I assume that you'll figure out, whether or not 20 is viable, and if you can do more than that per batch, and then once you figure out the batch size, you'll drop them, and if they sell out, then they sell out, and they don't, you'll close and make another batch. I mean, I figure these sets are gonna be tickling a fancy that has not been tickled in too many years.
Well, I want to satisfy those people and not just tickle them and tease them.
Well, and that's the beauty of these things, is they're actually something genuinely cool to be excited about. So
the dark times are over.
The dark times are over. That's true. It is the Renaissance. It is the time of the Illuminati. Seismic says Snaps tickles my fancy. Snaps is flexing his wrench. Very cool. So if I get to order tomorrow, do you have an ETA for shipping? Dubtart is carrying the chat right now with these questions, actually.
No worries. So my goal always, as a business, is always to try and fill an order within 2 weeks of receiving it. I want to try and keep that promise. When I get flooded with orders, sometimes I go into 2.5 weeks. I generally really don't get to 3 weeks, but it's happened once or twice in the past. So I really hope to get them all filled within 2 weeks and already have the next batch coming a week later.
So here's a question on procedure, on workflow. Are you planning to ship a set as soon as it is done built, or are you going to build everything and ship everything at once?
It's somewhere in the middle. I try and build them in batches of a few at a time, like 2 or 3. I did 10 at one time, and that was okay. I can do it like that, but they all went out at the same time, but they all took longer. Okay. So I probably won't do more than 5 at a time, most likely. I'll probably keep the 3 or 5 at a time, and then I'll ship those, and then just do them in little batches like that.
Right. That makes sense, and then people will they'll have to expect, based on where they were in line, that their ship time might be a little longer than someone who is Johnny on the spot. Tomorrow, when they drop, which, by the way, we're gonna tell you what time that is at the end of the stream, so stick around all the way to the end of the stream, and also share the stream with your gloving community and your friends and your grandmother and your grandmother's favorite grandson, which is obviously not you because you haven't clicked like yet.
Savage.
Call him out, though.
So where are the toe socks, bro? Actually, I'm glad you asked. The toe socks are right here. I have toe socks. I also plan on putting these toe socks on my feet with these Vortex lights inside the toe socks. Oh, my camera can't even handle this. That's what's happening. My camera is deleting the footage right now because it doesn't want to trust the fact that I'm going to put these lights in these toe socks. And then I'm gonna do that at the end of the stream. So if you really want to see something cursed, then you're gonna have to wait till the end of the stream, because both the information that you want and the toes that you want are at the end of the stream.
Josh, I think Google algorithm just knows.
Google algorithm just knows.
They're trying to stop this.
They sent a feedback loop through my HDMI cable.
Have you been labbing foot concepts, or are you just going in raw?
You're just gonna have to wait and see, my guys. It's gonna be it is going to be a totally wild experience.
I refuse to get a show from you with those gloves afterwards.
See toe flails.
They're probably gonna have toe gem.
Nobody will want it. Nobody will be able to use my gloves. That's for sure. It's one thing to sweat in your gloves and then give them to someone. It is totally another thing to toe sweat in your gloves.
Imagine someone asks to borrow your gloves. Someone asks to borrow your gloves and puts them in their feet.
20-digit finger roll.
Yo, actually, that's a great video idea. Okay, so anyways, let's hear from someone we haven't heard from before. We've got 2 more in the stream that we haven't heard from before. Flash, I'm actually not sure what your real name is. Pickle. We're gonna hear from you. So introduce yourself.
I'm Mitchell. Nice to meet you guys.
Mitchell.
I'm mostly an orbiter, so sort of like Shane in that regard. But I fuck around with gloves sometimes. But so far, my favorite thing about these ones is really kind of what you guys mentioned before earlier, is that they're programmable. Like, you can go in, you can change the defaults to whatever you want. Although, I feel like we'll probably keep a lot of them the same because they're pretty sweet.
We genuinely did work on these defaults, guys. So if you do want to change them, like, I guess you can do that. But like, yeah, no, you can go in and change the defaults, which is just something that is just absolutely unheard. It changes the term programmable from, oh yeah, you can click a button, to no, you can change the defaults, which is absolutely crazy.
If you mess up your gloves, you can like just totally go back to whatever your favorite modes are. And then, also within that, if you have your Arduino set up and you plug them in to your computer, you can go in, and if you want more mode slots, you can change a number and get 20 mode slots or 17, whatever you want. If there's a color that you can't pick through the menus, you can manually put that into your defaults and tweak it to whatever hue or brightness that you want it to be. And so like really, they're truly customizable in every way you can think of. It's awesome.
The genuine customization is absolutely endless, and all you gotta know is a little bit of Arduino. How's it pronounced? Is it pronounced Arduino, or Arduino?
Arduino. With like a W.
Like a ween. There's a ween in there.
Arduino.
There's always gotta be a ween in there.
You know, it sounds like a pasta shape. Arduino.
It does sound like a pasta shape, actually. It's pasta made out of microchips.
Tasty silicone circuits.
Link that program. So if anyone's got the ability to link what he's at, I think he's asking for information on Arduino. I think what you're probably better off doing is Googling how to code Arduino, and then
I think the program you need is called Arduino IDE is what I think it is on mine.
Yeah, it's Arduino IDE. You can find it at arduino.com or org, I forget. But I'm also going to link the GitHub with the program for the Vortex gloves, and on that GitHub
exactly that.
To the Arduino website and instructions on how to set it up for the Vortex. So you probably want to check all that out.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if you set up your computer based on the instructions from the Vortex, it just it works for the gloves when you plug them in.
Yeah.
I don't think I had to do much.
Yeah, it takes like 15 minutes. If you're going in raw, you don't know what you're doing at all. And plus the installs and the downloads. They're not big files, but yeah, you do have to follow the instructions carefully in order to prevent errors, which they're not bugs or problems, they're just errors. You can easily fix any issue you cause by just taking the latest update and re-uploading it.
Yeah.
Which is drag and drop procedure. No installation.
I mean, that's sort of the other thing I like about these too, is you can transfer modes from the orbit. So if you have modes that you love from the orbit that you've already set up,
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
You have a color set that you really love, you just send it straight to your gloves.
Kind of crazy.
Yep, they're siblings even. In fact, the software that is on the Vortex gloves was originally the software that was on the Vortex orbit, which I then ported over and then completely like overhauled in mind of gloves. But the core foundation is exactly the same. And even some of the patterns are one-to-one. Not many of them anymore because the orbit is a very different structure than 5 fingers. Yeah, it's really cool, especially, and if you have the handles to go with the orbit, they basically are they double as flash drives or flash pattern drives.
Flash pattern drives. God, you should patent that. That's
right.
That's brilliant.
Oh, can I do a tangent really quick about that?
Yeah, hang on one second though, because there's a couple of questions in the chat that I want to address. So, first of all, Spaglovetti, yes. Michelle, no, you did not miss the feat. I have the toe socks right here. The toe socks are getting addressed at the end of the stream, and so is the release time of tomorrow. Tomorrow is the release day, but the release time tomorrow is going to be announced at the end of the stream. So stick around at the end of till the end of the stream. Make sure you share the stream, and don't forget to hit the notification bell on my channel so that you get alerted every time I post a video or go live. Mega Sloth in the chat. What up?
Yo, Dustin, I'm gonna turn your freaking gold reds into a sausage.
Oh my god, what a threat. Just gonna turn your gold reds into a sausage. My man is just not playing around.
The hamburger glove set.
Absolutely not playing. The savagery is unprecedented.
That's a good question. Replacement wires will be available on launch day, so you can buy a spare set.
So you can absolutely get yourself extra wires because you know you're gonna get sauced up and break one not because they're breakable, but because if you can break it when you're sauced, you'll break it when you're sauced. Although, JJ, do you want to talk about how you didn't break it when you were sauced?
I got pretty damn sauced for the HOL retreat this weekend. Actually, 2 nights in a row. First night, it's Vegas. I got drunk as hell. Put on the gloves. No problems. No problems. Second night, Vegas, Fear and Loathing. I was fried out, and we were still doing pretty good. And I went ham with these wires. Let other people try them. What's really cool about them is now that they're sleeved, they got like heat shrink on some of the corners. They don't unwind, and they work pretty damn well. You don't feel them and see them anymore. I love them.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And that's just the current iteration of wires. Not even, it might be, but yeah, there's also an even stronger, slimmer, lower profile, more durable version of wires currently in testing that we hope to exceed all of our expectations and records as far as wire.
This set genuinely could have gone through another year of development if it weren't for the fact that it's already a viable product. There's so many things that like just modularly could be upgraded slowly at different times. Like in a year and a half, this is gonna be an entirely different glove set.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
And really nothing much more is going to be released except for better wires and the capacity for more interesting fingertips.
Yes, better wires, alternate fingertips, potentially like palm light, such like type expansions, the extension buttons, for easier clicks and performance clicks. Yep, and then also even though those are all fantastic and great, and I'm very excited for all of them, what I'm most excited for is this very, very consistent request in the community for a companion app. And as of now, shout out to Daniel. I think Josh, you connected him to me, and he is basically teaching me all the things I'm missing from my coding understanding, and he's helping refactor my code and helping guide me in improving the code for you guys and for both of us as well.
Well, that's the positive feedback loop of the community happening right here, because he found me because you came on the stream to talk about the fact that you were coding something and that you had to learn the coding as you were doing it. And he reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I like coding." And I was like, "Okay, let me give you this guy's information." And then he reached out to you and he was like, "Hey, I like coding." So anyways, the point is this community is awesome. And this positive feedback loop just needs to keep going, if you ask me.
Totally. I'm excited to see the software end improvements, the firmware end improvements come up with.
They want to see the palm lights.
Yeah, the palm lights.
We absolutely want to see the palm lights. Carly wants to know if hands are super tiny, like slightly too small for small amazing whites. Would the smallest wires still fit comfortably? And Carly, what I can tell you about the wires is even if the wires are bigger than what you would normally use, they still fit comfortably. So more wires isn't usually the problem. It's too little wire that is the problem, in my mind.
And also on that note, the goal is, like right now there's only one size of wires available, or they're technically two. There's the thumb length, which is a long wire, and then the finger length, which are shorter wires. Ultimately, once we get to this like more durable version, the one that's currently being tested, assuming it is sufficiently more durable, then we'll start branching out into wire lengths and wire sizes, and I'll carry at least 2 or 3 different sizes so that people with different size hands can be accommodated. But yeah, usually so far there hasn't been really too much of a problem with too much wire. Although less is like the right amount is best.
I got big hands.
I let my friend try it, and she's got like tiny ass hands, like some of the smallest hands I've ever seen, and she said that they felt fine.
Excellent.
So we're hearing from Jesticle 2.0 right now.
Yeah, you honestly, you have a lot of guts putting me in the corner behind you like that. I couldn't do anything back there.
It's
I
not
was
my
this
fault.
close
It's
to getting
Discord's
naked. Like I could have gotten naked, and nobody would have saw it. You guys would have started freaking out, and like everybody would have been like, "What are they freaking out about?"
That would definitely be something that you would do, and I appreciate you for not doing it.
I was this close, bro. I'm telling you.
That is exactly how I get demonetized before I'm even monetized. Thank you.
No,
very
I was
much.
I was behind you. They wouldn't have even seen.
Yeah, until I click on you, and then you're just sitting there naked with your
Don't
dick in
click
your
on. Why
hand.
would you click
Like-
on that? Why are you clicking on that, bro?
Okay, valid. Fair enough.
He's like, "Ooh, double click."
I wonder what happens if.
Did you guys see Landon's defaults? Those were like some of my favorites that I saw.
Landon's defaults? I did not. So tell us about your favorite defaults.
Landon these nuts in your mouth. My favorite.
He got me. You usually do not get me with those, and yet you still managed to get me.
I even warned you. I gave you a warning.
I knew it was coming, and I still set it up and let it happen anyways. Amazing.
Yeah, I can show off my defaults real quick. So I got this one. It was inspired by, I think, a mode that Taj made. He had this like Adam's Diary, and this was like pretty similar to one that he had in there. And one thing that I was gonna mention this because I didn't think a lot of people were talking about it, but Starstream already mentioned it. The global dimming, like I have these dimmed down to the lowest brightness because this camera would show this as like basically all white otherwise. So it's just nice to have that dimming for like recording and stuff. Another default I made is this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's got that warp pattern on it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that one's on the final list. I think that's Hades.
I like that
That's
one.
Hades.
Yeah.
Hades
We
nuts in your
renamed
mouth.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of names.
So
and
he
I was like,
actually-
all I could think of is these nuts jokes.
Somehow
named my mode.
that is both unsurprising and also not disappointing.
God damn, these palm lights are crazy.
Yeah, this one's Hades nuts
Lucky man.
in your mouth. The first one was ladies nuts in your mouth, and then the last one's this one right here.
Both
Two of
the
these nuts in your mouth.
Two OFDs.
two of
The Landon one really got me. I actually was not ready for that for some reason.
Surprised you ain't never heard of the Landon.
The Landon did not register with me. That was a incoming fire that I was in danger. I was not aware.
I got a
got-
whole notebook of them, bro.
They got me too. I was like, Landon. I must have forgotten his name. I don't remember Landon.
I was like, who's Landon? I feel like an ass. Who's Landon?
Like,
Apparently we were just getting set. Alright, so
Yeah.
Carly has now also asked, when are these bad boys releasing? Carly, you're gonna have to wait till the end of the stream, because at the end of the stream, we are going to not only give out the information at what time these things drop tomorrow, but I'm also going to be putting these vortexes in these toe socks. And we're going to be seeing what happens from there. So stick around till the end of the stream. That's when we will decide. Shane, do you maybe want to give away one of the spots again? Is that a thing?
for like
So it's not a free set, but it's a spot. It's a guaranteed.
guaranteed.
They can buy one of them tomorrow, regardless of whether they're able to buy it at the right time.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I can definitely put aside a set for like a guaranteed save set. I'll only list 19 of them or something.
All right, so here's what's going to happen, guys. Tomorrow there's going to be 19 sets for sale. But tonight, that 20th set, at the end of the stream, when we tell you what time they're going to be given away, we're going to do a random number generator in order to give away that spot. So you are guaranteed a spot if you win that random number generator. So stick around to the end of the stream. You're going to get all of this information. You're going to get toes. You're going to get flows. You're going to get shows. All the good stuff. You're going to get infos.
The dragon set. I think I got it now.
Dragging these nuts across your face.
Why? Why?
God damn.
Every man needs a code.
Sorry.
Seismic says
can't help
JJ's
myself.
fast blinky sets make me feel like I'm rolling. That, sir, is, you know what? Fuck it. That's wholesome. I'll go with it. Who haven't we heard from yet? I don't think we've heard from
Rick?
Is Rick still in here?
He's right
Yeah, I'm
here.
here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Yes,
he's
me.
Rick. Oh, there he is. Okay,
I'm behind you.
there he is. All right, Rick. Let's hear from hear from you, boy. And what's your favorite part? What's your favorite feature of the glove set?
Man, I'm gonna have to cheat and combine several features into one statement,
Okay.
and that is going to
question.
be, yeah, that is going to be total control. You have total control over whatever the hell you want to do with these Vortex gloves. By total control, I mean everything from what Starstream mentioned about the global dimming setting, to what Mitchell mentioned about the programmability of actually getting down to the code. I'm a software developer. I started a team for glovers who are software developers called devs. And the fact that there is now an open source code set of gloves on my hands where I can get down to the code and code whatever I need, or download somebody else's sets, just it more than tickles my fancy, to refer to what you said earlier. I think my favorite part, though, is the color control and the fact that you have not only the ability to choose a color, but you have essentially hue, saturation, and brightness to choose from.
Right. I would like to emphasize that again. The way the color selector is set up is brilliant, but the way that you're able to choose between different colors and then different hues of the color, different saturations of the color, and different brightnesses of the color, all while you're picking the color, is so smart. Again, Shane, slow clap. Slow clap. We're slow clapping.
I'll give him a fast clap and a slow clap. He gets all the claps.
Please clap.
And,
Clap my
and some people have said, "Oh, I don't want to have to go through the process of clicking a button. I want some sort of interface." Your hand is the user interface when you're clicking a button,
Right.
and it's super simple to program exactly what you want. I have been at concerts where I was looking at a color set I made and said, not quite, and reprogrammed it on the fly in less than 2 minutes to completely reprogram a color set, and then I have something brand new on my hands that I'm ready to go with.
Thank you guys. That's awesome.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's cool because it's taking advantage of the fact that you have not one LED displaying information, but 10. So you can really use your hand, all the LEDs together, as a display screen showing what you're currently working on, what you've done so far, and what nearby options there are. It's not just like memorizing what you picked last and what you picked before that, and then trying to pick 10 times the same thing. You get independent color selection, and then really precise control over each color, and it's supposed to be really, really fun and enjoyable to use and eliminate a lot of the headaches and the frustrations that you would encounter in traditional glove programming. While expanding,
being able to see like each color that you've picked on your individual fingers as you're picking them, like it makes making sets like just effortless. It's so easy. It's great.
And the learning curve is not steep at all. The first time you program a set, you're kind of like, how does this work? And then, at least in my perspective or my experience, the second time I programmed a set, I was like, oh, easy. I know exactly what I'm doing.
It really, all it takes is just a couple of minutes, maybe like a half an hour of sitting down and being like, all right, what buttons do what now? And then once you realize how the interface is set up, it's like, okay, this is going to be so quick. Because not only do you not have to program 10 individual lights, you don't even have to program 2. You program 1.
Yeah.
And then you
It's
beam me
perfect.
up, Scotty, over to the other one. It's so good.
And I will also give a little sneak preview, if I may, Shane, of the button.
Oh yeah, please. That's gonna be. It's not gonna be available at launch, but it will be available by batch 2.
Perfect.
Show it off.
So as we've talked about before, there's a button on the actual pack on the back of your hand. There is going to be an optional button mod, which I have put on the bottom of my middle finger. It does the exact same thing as the normal button. So the benefits of that are twofold. One, you can basically be throwing a show and change modes instantly just by clicking your middle finger, or whatever finger you want to put it on. The extra benefit that I have, or that I feel is almost better than that, is the fact that you can program both hands at once, or do, if you're really, your mind's going, you can just program 2 sets at once, because you no longer have to use one hand to press the button on the back of the other hand. You can just click your middle finger. So that is an upcoming feature that I'm really excited about, really fortunate to have on my Vortex set, and I think the community is really going to love it.
And if correct me if
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
wrong,
ready for my button.
but that's there's never been the ability to program a set really effectively while wearing that set. Is that
Doing
correct?
that right now.
Yeah.
Brew.
Yeah.
I
So
would
that's
say
now,
so.
that's now something that's possible. You could literally do programming, flow, change the edit, flow, like no taking on and off, no guessing, no flipping it back and forth.
I would say the other kind of kind of silent advantage to it is that I know a lot of people who don't want to change modes during a show, right? They just want the one mode and that's it. And for those people, if using traditional microlights, doing a misclick by accident is kind of a detriment. This kind of just gets rid of that problem. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it kind of works as an advantage because I know a lot of people want that button, but I know for a lot of people they're not going to need it, and there's also an old problem that's now just kind of gone.
Yeah, that's true. You're not gonna ever have a pinky that's on the wrong mode. Ever.
Exactly.
You might have a pinky that needs a replacement wire, but that's a different problem.
One thing I also give credit to, I'm colorblind, not like 100%, but partially. And when I go through the color programming, it's so well contrasted enough that I can pretty much get what's going on, especially because it's only 4 and the way it works. It's the colors that I can see. I understand what it's doing, so I just do the math for the ones I can't. It's been mainly the blues and purples. But yeah, so I gotta get credit for that. It makes that, yeah. I thought I was gonna have to rely on a color wheel. I really don't. That's what I've had to do for all the past ones, especially, and it was annoying for some manuals to have the wrong color number and
That is so nice to hear. I am really a big fan of accessibility, and obviously I wasn't really designing for that with that in mind, but the fact that it works for you makes
Happy
me so
little
happy.
accidents.
Yes, exactly. That is so nice, because accessibility is the greatest thing ever. I hate for people to be excluded for something stupid, or have a handicap for something stupid. Well, I don't want to say it like that. That sounds.
No, but we got your sentiment.
yeah.
But that's great. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that. That makes me feel good. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Surprising amount of colorblind glovers. Yeah, I've met a few people who are colorblind and they were glovers, and it always surprised me because I was like, oh, I would never know.
What does it really look like? Just light, I guess, huh?
So the colors that I can't see the best, to me, it's white, gray type. So when Ricky 30K, he likes to give me a lot of those Luna shows. Half the time that shit just looks like black and white, but still.
That
I'm like,
honestly
dude,
sounds
you're
trippy
killing
as
it.
fuck.
It can be, because it's like I appreciate what you're doing with the trail more than the color. That makes sense.
We got JJ upside down here for a second. JJ, glove upside down for
What?
us.
Well, I'm trying. It might not happen.
Everybody has to go upside down in glove before we get off the stream.
Oh man.
We're about an hour in. I want to take the opportunity to say, everybody drink some water. You're a walking sack of water. You must refill yourself on a regular basis. If you dry up, a lot of things that are bad will happen to you, like headaches.
Whoa.
So refill yourself.
You can literally die.
You can
While we are
literally
taking a quick
die. from
While we
not
were taking a
drinking
quick water break,
Yeah.
I do want to share one of the defaults that I shared. And that is something that I call Mario Star. It is very hard to see on this shitty camera, but I will upload a show to the lounge featuring the 3 sets that I uploaded. I gave Shane 3, but I don't think he's going to use all 3 of them. But I have Mario Star, which is this one. It just looks like yellow and white, maybe yellow and blue at first. But when you actually move it, all the colors, all the primary colors or the rainbow colors come through.
Looks like Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like that.
definitely Rainbow Road is a good name. It just reminded me of when you pick up a star in Mario or
Oh,
Mario
sure.
Kart. Yeah, I almost want to do a show to that song. Just as like, that would be a good TikTok, but I don't TikTok.
Do it anyways.
Do it anyway.
You're not wrong. Yeah, but
Speaking
I
of
basically
TikTok,
made.
everyone should go follow my TikTok at I am
Yes.
the Jest. TikTok has me shadow banned right now, so go click all the buttons, share, like, follow, and all that stuff, so that TikTok can realize that the content that I'm posting should go to people. Like, I guess.
Did they get you for the floating micro light?
No,
trick?
no. Of all the ones they got me for, trying to do the Inosuke backbend challenge.
Oh man.
Yeah, like they were like, nah, this is dangerous acts, you can't have this. But they never flagged
Oh
the
my God.
microlight one. Like,
This is sexy.
That just means we need more mostly naked light shows, right?
I don't think he needs
yeah,
encouragement.
maybe, but I also sent that video to Alex Chavez because he has like 1 million followers on TikTok. So I sent it to him to see if it would work, and it actually, when he tagged me in it, he posted 3 different versions of the video in order to see how it would do, and each one of them did pretty well, except for the one that he tagged me in. The one that he tagged me in, TikTok flagged for adult nudity.
Oh god.
So only the one that I was tagged in, TikTok decided to flag and not show to people.
They're like, nah. But
Yes equals nudity. not
That's
his appearance, just his
that's-
actual being.
that's pretty amazing if you ask me,
Your being is made of pure nudity.
I guess.
Wow. I'm proud to know you for that.
So that's my fun shadow banning from TikTok story. Did everybody glove upside down? Because we need to get a clip of everyone gloving upside down. Mac,
I do not have that capability.
I
with
have
my
you
camera.
focused.
would have
I
to
have
turn
you
upside down.
focused right now. Did you already do it? But if you did, do it again.
I shall do it.
If you can't flip your camera upside down, you have to flip your body upside down. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. I'm just kidding. I do make the rules, and
We'll
I'm
do
still
both.
going to enforce them.
All right.
I already did it, but I'm naked behind you on video, so
We got
nobody saw it.
Mac first right now, so we're gonna go one at a time. We got Mac doing some clusters upside down. 10 out of 10. We approve. The stars are in fact streaming with these clusters.
Oh, star of sorts.
Okay.
My man's is killing it. Inverted.
Here we go.
Kill it. Ooh, kill it. Ooh, kill it. Ooh, get him.
I am gonna have to take off. It's not because of the upside down thing. I wish I could glove upside down for you guys.
We're switching to you so that you can do the upside down thing before you go. You have to do the upside down thing.
Let me see if I can
get off.
I took my gloves off too. But I'll go figure it out.
I did leg day. All the blood just rushed.
I can lean this back.
Oh, he's leaning it back. We haven't seen the lean back method yet.
The lean back method. That is acceptable. That'll do it. Let's see your signature. What's your signature move?
Oh, I don't know if I can do it.
That is acceptable. All right, who's next? We got Steam Boy upside down.
Oh.
Got to make sure to hit him with your signature too. Oh shit! It was a leg thing. And then some nipples. He hit him with the nipples. I've been told I don't have any of those.
Get that checked out.
You know, it's...
Yeah, that sounds like a medical problem.
It sounds like it's not that big of an issue to me.
It can become an issue.
Can it? Alright, who's
How
next?
else will you produce your man milk for the future?
Psych is next.
Hold on, I'm trying. I'm trying.
You thought it was
Try hard.
Jest? No, Psych.
And he's mostly naked. Or is he mostly dressed?
This is his reverse nudity suit.
He's mostly dressed, I'm mostly Jest.
There it is.
He's getting it. Get it. Get it. He's got D's nuts in his face. He did the twist the nuts. He did the twist the nuts. That is an old that is an old Mez meme right there. That is a man of culture right there who knows his gloving history.
Shout out to the Island Boys.
Who's next? We've already seen JJ, we've seen Psych. Mitchell, you gotta do the upside down thing.
I think I'm gonna do the
He's
lean
like,
back
what?
method. See what I can do.
Show
See
me
what
what
I
you
can do.
got.
Am I lean back enough? I don't know if I am.
Lean back. Lean
We
back.
call that the Rockaway around here.
I was gonna say, do the Rockaway.
Not sure if I can.
Yeah. Woo! Everything's in reverse when you're upside.
Everything is in reverse. It's very disorienting.
Sorry, you.
Oh yeah.
Upside down, inverted, backwards, sideways.
Figure eights from behind though.
Hitting them with those figure eights. All right, who else haven't we seen yet?
Yo, Shane, can you orbit upside
Shane,
down?
show us the upside
Can you
down
orbit upside down?
inverted orbitals.
That would be a feat.
Oh.
Here we go. Am I in frame? Yeah, I'm in frame.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
He's got it in frame. He's gonna hit him with the rotations. He's got the tension. He's got the flowy things. I don't know orbit terminology.
It's liquid.
He's hitting him with the handle flares now.
Damn.
Oh shit, he's doing the handle flares. Now he's doing the handle whips. Can he do? Here's the real question. Can you hit him with the chopper though?
Hey. Chopper.
You don't remember the chopper?
No.
So you spin one, you hold the orbit right here, right? And then you spin one of the handles from right by it and one of them close to the end by the handle, and you spin them like perpendicular to each other like a chopper would be, like a helicopter.
Oh. And then you also get the orbit looping.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's my my contribution to orbit technique was the chopper, and that's all you got to do is spin. Make sure when you spin the top one, spin it really close to the orbit itself, and when you spin the bottom one, you spin it really close to the handle.
Instructions difficult. Got my dick
Yeah,
caught in
there
the
you go.
orbit.
There you go. It looks like a chopper. Get to that chopper. You have to scream "Get to the
Revolutionary.
chopper" while you do it as well.
Into the chopper.
There you go. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Killing it.
Heck yeah.
That was tricky.
Absolutely, absolutely iconic. Alright, I suppose I'm the only one who hasn't done it yet. Alright, it's my turn.
Do it. Get yourself upside down.
Alright, here we go. Ready?
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's the way to move. You invert in the chair, so you are. Even the chair itself is functioning upside down.
Alright, y'all, can you hear me?
If
Looks
he
like
does,
he
he
does.
does.
I can hear you.
Yeah, that's next level chair upside down.
That's the way we should have done it. Forget just flipping the chair backwards and leaning.
The technique is impeccable.
You can tell he practices this.
No, he looks like he's about to go to outer space.
Yo. That's a great set, too.
Mm-hmm.
Adjustable 2.0.
My man's just hit the
Adjustable.
Dimitri and is blasting off. 3, 2, 1, lift off.
And clusters.
Those clusters are angled the wrong way, brother.
MP, PPM.
I don't know if that was accurate or not, but
you hit
That
both.
was accurate.
It was at
The
least.
second one was.
MP, PM.
Alright, boys. We did it. We made it. We made it work.
We've literally solved world hunger.
We have literally solved world hunger with that.
all
Alright. Yeah, Ultimension Jest would have a mustache, buddy. That's true. I got the Doctor Strange goatee going on. So Ultimension Jest would be like Ultimension Doctor Strange, which, by the way, maybe you should go see Doctor Strange when it comes out, because low-key, our boy Julian Daniels did all the choreography for that movie again. Or all the hand choreography for that movie again.
So they brought him back?
Yeah, no, he has an ongoing contract. He literally, every movie that Bennerbatch Cumberbund does, every single one of the things that he does, Julian's involved with, as far as I'm aware, so.
Yo, good for
Fucking
him.
J-Funk.
That's fucking sick.
So
Yeah.
he be the Gloving's connection to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I like to brag about that, even though it means literally nothing to me personally. Like, what good does that do you personally? Nothing really. It's just fun. It's just it's fun to say.
That's pretty cool.
It's good to see a homie make it.
It is absolutely a blessing to see a homie make it, especially for something as weird as finger wiggling.
And that's the cool thing, because like I watch the movies and I see it and I'm like, damn, they absolutely know what they're doing. Why is this coming out like they know what they're doing?
Because they
And
hired
now-
someone who knows what they're doing. That's
They
why.
hired consultants. That's
They-
so cool, and the
Yeah, I
fact
know.
that it's an
Actually,
actual-
go back. Everyone who
That's
is
awesome.
everyone who is not aware that J-Funk was a part of the choreography, actually go back and watch the original Doctor Strange movie, and that first fight scene between the Ancient One and the enemies. You can see J-Funk in the extras as one of the enemy underlings. Who gets
What?
murked by the Ancient One in like the first few minutes of the show. So he's actually in the movie as an extra as well.
He had the
That-
cleanest hands out of all of them.
Dude.
That's facts. That's
Oh,
facts.
yeah.
It's just a travesty that they murked him right away. He should have been the underling that like survives and eventually becomes a superhero later. That's what I think.
Well, you know, they bring people back.
That's true. That is
Multiverse.
true.
Doctor
Multiverse.
Strange.
And
Let me see a
never know.
multiverse universe where J-Funk is Doctor Strange.
Wow.
That would be strange.
It's just called Dr. Funk.
Doctor
Doctor
Funk.
Doc Funk and the Funk Lords.
I think one thing that needs to be talked about that hasn't been brought up by anybody is that these casings now are different. They're not the same casings anymore.
Oh, the case.
We have
JJ
developed
wants
something new, and it's called the finger grip casing, and it's one of the more stable casings that I've ever gotten to put on because it has a stabilizer at the tip of the casing. I'm not sure if you can see it. Oh, there you go.
Here's his model has a black ring around it, and that is not going to be available at first, but these are probably going to be what's shipping as the default casing with a ledge.
Is it still a piece of toast?
What?
No, it looks like a shield now.
Okay.
Yeah, it is what it looks like from the tip, and the light actually carries around your fingertip when you're wearing them. Here, oops.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's going to be variations of this, and this is much less compatible with like jamming it inside another existing case, like the original versions we're doing. However, yeah, Kurt with LED gloves has some plans for glow skin style casings eventually. I don't know how far he is along on that, but
Awesome.
yeah, this is just going to be what we're working with for defaults. And what's really cool is between the gloves and the wires and the casing, they stay on your finger really securely. Not like right now trying to balance it, but yeah, that's kind of how it does. It holds it to the tip of your finger, it bends the light around your finger, and it also stabilizes it and grips for a fun.
I should have asked for a set of those with the wire refresh.
Oh, I can't believe it. I wonder if I
smart.
I don't know. But yeah, that I do need to the one thing we're working on is the length of the ledge. Some people think shorter is better and some people think longer is better. I personally think it should cover the fingertip, kind of like this one does. But we need to really work out ultimately what is ideal as a general starting point for everyone. So the initial batch will be shipping with one of these sizes that might be still subject to change over time. But there will probably be whatever's final available on the website after a little bit of time. But yeah, they're all functional. They're all very functional. It really comes down to what the general preference is. Yeah. Very cool.
So,
I love them.
Dubchart's asking when you come out with a new set, if it has new features, will you be able to just update the Gen 1 set by dragging and dropping? And the answer to that comes down to whether it's a hardware update or not. Chances are, if he releases a new actual set itself, and not just like a new batch of this version, you're gonna see something like a USB-C or some other kind of upgrade to the hardware itself that you just won't be able to download.
But the cool thing about that too is that if you already invested in like the Vortex like ecosystem, all you need to do is upgrade the pack potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like you don't need to get like a full set again. You just need to get a new pack.
Right.
Yeah, that's very true. Assuming, and which we are planning to currently, maintain the same wires and the same connectors on everything, then if there was a version 2, you could potentially just buy the packs by themselves for a much less cost than the full glove set would have been. Maybe not that much less because the packs is most of the technology, but it wouldn't be full price. That's for sure. If you wanted to do something like that, and you could get USB-C, you could get maybe one day there'd be an accelerometer version, or maybe a version that it can accept several buttons for something like Conjuring. Yeah, that's still in my mind. It's not like I've forgotten about Conjuring or I'm putting it off. It's just like Conjuring is a tricky problem to solve with the current setup, but it's not impossible, and it might require hardware changes. Is the caveat.
Zealous asked if the diffuser was removable. In case that wasn't made clear, yes, the diffuser is removable. Anything that you can fit the tip in itself is going to end up acting like a diffuser. So realistically, there's a lot of options for diffusers, and you can 3D print anything you want if you got the 3D printing capabilities. But we'll also have different options for you. So one really popular request would be a version of this casing that is somehow compatible with traditional diffusers. Like you could plug a diffuser onto it, and like how you do onto a bulb. There is something in the works for accommodating that. It's not finished yet. Yeah, so we're gonna work on getting you a standard like bulb type of thing to plug old style diffusers into as well. The answer is there's gonna be so much modularity and customization possibility. Anything you can think of, there's gonna be a way to do it.
And that's going to be the tricky part, because there's literally so many options and so many possibilities. Selecting, developing, and producing specific options is going to be that's the hardest part. It's what do we want the most.
Right. Right. So OnlyHand said the 4KC video of you blowing him out of the water is not to be missed either. You made him look like a noob going second. I'm assuming you're talking about the J-Funk video, but that doesn't sound right at all, because me making him look like a noob doesn't sound right at all. But I would be happy to plug that video. It is just go search on my channel for J-Funk and Jest and 4KC, and you'll be able to find that video to check out what delusions he's talking about, me making J-Funk look like a noob. No, I'm sorry, that's not accurate. But I appreciate the sentiment, I really do.
Was he trying to throw clusters or something?
No, he was just doing J-Funk things, and J-Funk is doing J-Funk things, but apparently I have.
Maybe if he's like trying to throw some clusters, you'd make a fool out of him. But
I don't know what to say. I'm a little flustered at the concept, but I appreciate it very much. Anyways, the next question was, is there going to be some kind of trade-in or something for the old set? My guy, I think that would be up to you. I think what you're going to have to do is sell your old set and get the money from that old set in order to buy the new set, if you want to do something like that. My guy Shane is not a corporation. He is not in the business of recycling old electronics. He is in the business of making something niche and cool, and that's really all there is to that. But the good news is there will be resale. Like, these aren't just gonna not be valuable once the new sets come out. Like, they're still gonna have their value to them, and realistically,
buy the set.
if you can't find someone to buy your old set from you, I would be surprised. I really would.
Yeah. The plan.
Just hit 'em my way, dude.
The plan is really to develop a continuous, inclusive ecosystem where everything that comes out starting from now I will try to maintain as much compatibility as possible. Most of the time there's going to be free updates, free expansions, in the sense that like assistant companion apps or like desktop application type thing, or there'll be maybe new patterns and new program, like new abilities with your programming. Like, let's say you wanted a demo mode, we could add a demo mode and then push it in an update, where it automatically cycles through your patterns without having to click the button on a timer. Something like that.
That would be fire.
Yeah, features like that, those are totally addable for free in an update. Anything that's hardware based, like an accelerometer or a LED with more or like a glove tip with more LEDs on it, or like palm lights, or the extra button, all those hardware style things, those will require either expansions or a totally new version. We're not really looking at a totally new version right now, because when I do approach that project of the totally new version, I want it to have like a comparable number of new features for gloving as this current version did compared to gloving before. So it's not going to just be like, oh, this one is the same thing but with an accelerometer. It's going to be like, it's going to have accelerometer, it's going to have this, it's going to have that, it's going to have the next thing. It's going to be a worthwhile upgrade. And it won't be necessary, because it'll just be additional features that make it even better and better, but don't invalidate the original model. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think about how, despite the fact that we've had other innovations, there are people who are still like using older tech, or some people who don't like care for accelerometers, like sticking with like stuff like chromas or chroma controls. Like, not everything's gonna be for everyone, like I feel like this is like, even down the line, like this base model, there are a lot of people who are still gonna like want just this.
This was the ideal, like conceptually, this I was aiming for something like the controls and like the 24s, where it has a sleuth of features, but they're all really easy and clean and quick and accessible for when you want them. and there's room for more, and we can add more, but it's not. There almost is an overwhelming amount. But once you wrap your mind around it, it's all very, very like easy, instant. This and this and this and this and done. Not instant, but very, very streamlined. And so yeah, there is room for lots of like fancy premium bonus stuff, but it's not necessary. Like
Right. There's two
like
things that you need out of a glove set is bright and color. And if you have bright and color, you really have all you need out of a glove set. And a light set that will put out those two things well will never be invalidated. And the best example of that is the fact that I still use easy lights on a regular basis.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, like, we're like already talking about the future, but like, it's kind of crazy too, because like what we already have here, like this is the future. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, it really is. Like, if you guys have been watching me throughout this stream, like, I'm constantly just like messing with the modes. Like, for those of you who haven't like had these in your hands, like, just making new modes is fun. Like, I'll just like watch a movie and do this in my free time.
And it's beautiful because you can genuinely sit and look at your modes that you like and be like, why do I like this? And look at the pattern in front of you and be like, all right, what if I changed this one part of it? And you don't have to start over from scratch. And I already said this, but you don't have to program even two different things. You program one thing and send it to the other glove, and it's just beautiful.
A quick question for Shane. The programming menu where you got the rainbow ditto mod thing. Is there like a possible way to actually program this set?
That's the Easter egg mode, my dude.
And I just go to programming mode, and it like is having it just in this mode gonna drain the battery faster?
Not faster than if it were its own standalone set. It would be identical power drain.
So there's
really
15 mode slots.
Well, it's kind of like JJ's saying. When we were making that menu, we realized it had a lot of it looked really cool the way we had set it up. And JJ's like, "Can you make these blink at like a certain speed?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty simple." So I made them blink, and it essentially makes it an Easter egg. So when you're in the pattern select menu, the first thing it does is send you to the pattern list menu, and then once you select a list, you get to pick an individual pattern. But the list menu itself is also kind of a cool pattern. You can't change the colors, but you can navigate where the unique strobe is, because whatever you're currently targeting, it starts on the thumb, which is red. You can click once and it goes to the index, and you click once and it goes to the middle, and you click once and it goes to the ring, and then again to the pinky. But so essentially it's an Easter egg. While you're in that menu, it's perfectly acceptable to glove during that, and it might look cool. It's not as convenient because you can't like button click into it and then button click out of it, but it was set up that way to look nice as an Easter egg, because that's something that's not the first time it's happened. Even on the Orbit, there were menus where people were like, I kind of just like spinning it in the menu. And they were like, okay.
So it would not be the first time that I thought about giving a programming light show too. Like I've sat and I've practiced clicking through my lights by clicking through them as the color, like clicking through the color pattern, right?
Right.
Back when it was button click. So that was one way that I would practice changing modes, is by clicking through like this, by and going through the colors as you whip is cool enough on its own, but the way you've got it set up, like, you really don't even have to do anything. It just is cool.
Yeah, I was like showing people the set at a meetup, and I go to show them the programming, and I get to that menu, and everybody was like, "Whoa, that's a dope color set," and I was like, "What about the ones that I made, though?"
There has been suggestion for like splitting the colors across the finger so that every finger has its own color, kind of like a rainbow mode or something.
Yeah, dude, I want Chromebos.
Yeah, Chromebos. That's been suggested a few times by Mitch and by a few other people. So it's definitely something I would consider for adding to the pattern list, making that 42 patterns or 43 patterns, and just including that in there. It's just a matter of it hasn't been done yet. There's not, haven't gotten around to it.
And there's already so much stuff that it's like I'm almost concerned it's gonna get to the point of over flooding. Like when I'm programming a set, I'll go through the modes and I'm just like, there's so many good ones, I don't know which one to stop on. I'll be like, that one's cool
Which is
too.
the
fuck.
exact opposite problem that we used to have before, which is 100% DOPS modes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is not everyone's seen it yet, but this overhaul that I'm doing in the code is changing the patterns to be a single line with a couple variables. So like for instance, jest mode is it's the way you create jest mode. You say jest, and then you put a pair of parentheses, and then you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values, and those values are what makes jest mode. If you change those values, you still have jest mode, but with totally different timings. Like you could change a strobe into a hyper strobe, or a DOPS into a ribbon. And there's actually what's really cool. You know how not everyone is familiar, but Josh, jest mode is it's got 3 color grouping.
I've been using it the whole time. This is jest mode.
So it groups colors in batches of 3. So if you have a 3 color set, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But if you have a 4 color set, it goes 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Or no, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2. I'm sorry, I'm confusing myself. The purpose is it'll go to the 3rd color in the set, and then it picks up at the 4th color, but they're still in groups of 3. And it'll continue to loop normally, but the point being is that is just a single number. So the final number in jest mode is the number 3. And if you change that to 2 or you change it to 5, colors will group in 2 or 5 instead of groups of 3. And it's just one number you change.
So there's
That's awesome.
so much room for activities to go into this coding in itself, figure out what has been done, and then be like, well, what if I did this?
Yep. And ideally, I'd like to set it up so it's really easy for people to just copy something, paste it with different numbers inserted, and then it's done. Like, you know, you just added a new mode. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And it's totally different. Like just to demonstrate how significant the difference is between just changing the numbers on a existing pattern. Strobe, hyperstrobe, DOPS, DOP-ish was a new version of DOPS. Ultra DOPS, Strobe, Blinky, Ghost Crush, Ribbon, Mini Ribbon. It's exactly what it sounds like. All of those are made from the same exact pattern with just different numbers inserted.
Yep.
So all of the modes they listed
patterns are all pretty samey.
Yeah, they're all the same code, and visually they're dramatically different. Like any Glover will tell you that hyperstrobe is not DOPS.
Hyperstrobe is definitely not DOPS. I can tell you that. One of those
Chroma,
I hate, and the other one I love. So yeah.
And Chroma is not nothing like either one. Yet it's created using the same exact pattern with just a different number.
Okay, so we got a question about an app downloadable for this.
Not
or a
yet.
PC program. There is potentiality for a PC program that we can, you know, just program things from, but that is not a thing yet. Basically, that's where Arduino comes in. You gotta be a Weeno and learn Arduino in order to program. But Daniel Frazier in the chat doing app program, not yet. I thought he was linking me something. I was like, oh no, never mind. But he is the guy who is talking about being doing some programming stuff, so that's cool.
Totally.
Snaps says he wants to see Josh Lee do a Josh Pilla gloving impression, so I actually want to see that too.
Ooh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream, my Jesticles. How was that?
God damn.
Nailed it.
Solid
Nailed
9.5.
it. Absolutely.
Wow.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. That was perfect. You like became him. I could see him like washing over you for a moment. That was awesome.
I think another thing that needs to be talked about, if you're a fan of real bad glove sets, is that with a lot of control comes a lot of recreation. This glove set right here is the RGBs, the RGB Vins for throwback. It's a 2-color strobe that's red, blue, blue, green. This right here is the CCCs, some of the rarest bulbs. I think I heard the last set of CCCs sold for $150 for a set of 10 bulbs. The next one right here is some cryos. OG red, white, blues. You can get red silvers. You can get purple velvets. You can get this crazy mode which used to be only available on 7-color blue, white, greens, and you would hit it to the second mode and it would do this perfect mint white, which is also possible. You can do the gold reds, the hamburger set. You can do the GBRs, which were 3-color strobes with spacings in between them, so the spacing was super nice. And one of my favorites that you can recreate on these is this little Raven that's a 5-color RGB with a blue strobe on the back. And what else is cool is since you have a lot of control over the timings, you can also add in an Innova blink timing for the thumb, and for the middle finger you can do that classic little dots color. So you can have that classic Skittles set, and it looks amazing. It looks almost better than the real thing. If you have ever seen Ravens are kind of dim, but they look beautiful because of that perfect idol, that perfect rainbow idol. And this just kind of is almost exactly the same, just twice as bright. So it looks pretty damn amazing. And this is pretty much the closest you're gonna get to a Raven glove set.
Yeah, so
The
instead
modern
of spending
Raven.
$300 on the bulbs, you can just spend $260 on gloves that can recreate all of the bulbs on the face of the planet.
Yup.
That is
Viewers
such.
couldn't
such a
see, but
cool-
I was. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that was such a cool thing to discover, because when I made these, I wanted to make them as good as possible, but I had no like expectation that they would be able to even come close to bulbs, because I've heard many times that bulbs do it different, and bulbs can create better, more precise things that are just not capable by RGBs. But luckily, with modern LEDs, and especially with NeoPixels WS2812s, it turns out that many glovers have been impressed by how good they can do, instead of disappointed by how far they are from what we want.
Oh no,
So
the
that's
color is
fun.
absolutely vibrant, and the control over the color is absolutely gorgeous. So,
That's great.
yeah, that argument is never going to be valid.
Oh yeah, this
If
is my
anybody
mode.
wants to buy some bulb sets, hit me up.
Oh no,
Apparently,
I'm
my
not
man
trying
needs
to
to
invalidate
liquidate
bulbs.
before they lose value.
Please
No.
buy them.
No.
Yo, bro, buy my physical NFTs.
Wow.
But yeah, this is my mode right here. This is slot 3, I'm hoping.
Yep.
It's got the Innova timings for the thumbs. It's got the Innova timings for the fingers, and then the Ravens. It just looks awesome. It's gonna be crazy to see glovers just be able to flick to this mode and just strobe cage the hell out of roly-polies.
Strobe cage, hit him with a strobe cage.
Yeah.
Gotta smack him with it.
I actually have never seen Ravens in person, so I was really excited when JJ told me that he got really close to it, and I got to see him. I was like, wow, these are. I had no idea that's what they looked like. I knew they had red, green, and blue, and that was it.
It's the way the red, green, and blue goes, right? It's like red,
Yeah.
green, blue, or something like that.
Yeah, it's a 5-color pattern, which makes like it's the only bulb that has a high color red that is still bluish white tint. Any other bulb that you'll get is with a high red, it'll be an ugly ass red tint.
Right.
So the Raven was one of the first actual programmable lights out there. It was one of the first micro lights that was actually not just an Innova with a solid color.
So there was an actual processor on that chip that said, "Hey, do this in this order."
Yup.
So, fun fact, we're pretty sure that LRI discontinued the Raven because the owner of the company walked in on his son rolling balls and playing with the lights. So, you may choose to believe that if you would like, or not. I will never find out the answer because the letter that I sent to LRI in order to ask them some questions about their product, their photons and their Ravens, they never responded to. So
You'd be surprised how much drama there is in the behind the scenes in the company.
Yeah, I would not be surprised, honestly.
Well, maybe not. Yeah.
At least he wasn't masturbating.
Yeah, I guess that was where I was expecting it to go too.
Yo, that shit is wild. It sounds like the like what they got going on in Oregon. You can't pump your own gas because the governor's daughter lit herself on fire at the pump.
Excuse me, what now? Is
Yeah,
that the
it's
reason?
it's a real thing.
Wild. Ruin it for everyone. That's why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
Daniel Frazier says having a whack with gloves on. That's probably what made him not sell those lights anymore. Son, how dare you masturbate with your gloves on?
Just is that why you
Listen.
change your glove multiple times in a night?
Guys, guys, if you haven't done that, you are not a glover. I'm sorry. I don't care what any of you guys say. You've all done it.
Just convenient
No,
cleanup.
don't lie. Don't lie to yourselves. Anyways.
I ruined nice socks when I got all these dirty gloves.
Oh my god. Alright,
Wait,
so
was
we're
that why
here.
your gloves were so crispy?
Yes, that's how you make your gloves crispy. Oh my god. Tragic.
That's how they make
We need
me
to
black.
cut to commercial. Jesus Christ.
I heard that's how Krusty got its name too.
Oh my god.
Man.
That
Great
is-
show, but what's all this these flakes all over me?
Oh no.
Yeah.
That is not what we mean when we say that you need to sneak your lights in your underwear, okay? Listen.
None of that white
I
gold, please.
misunderstood.
Frosted tips.
Scotty. Speaking of which, VR Handjobs is a channel that you should go subscribe to if you haven't already.
Absolutely.
That is a actual channel by our very own Psych over here, aka Jestical V2. Yeah, so he's got this channel called VR Handjobs. He's got a bunch of VR light shows up on it, and it is pretty dope to watch. So go check that out if you haven't already. We're sitting here at just about 20 minutes until the end of the stream, which means the two pieces of information that you guys are here for. First of all, what time the lights drop tomorrow will be given out very soon. But before we do that, I'm gonna put these lights inside these socks,
Oh, it's happening.
See them.
and we're gonna
sock
go
light-
from there.
We all really came for.
By
Hold
the
on, I'm
way,
gonna need to grab
by the
a
way,
dirty
yeah,
pair of gloves for this.
by the way, if you are gonna buy some You Got Moves whites in order to do this cursed topic that we've been talking about, you can do that right now during the stream and you'll get a discount on the gloves. Anyone who buys You Got Moves whites during the stream on Thursday, and I can tell because I'm the one who fills the orders, gets extra things in their package. I will give them extra things, and I promise these extra things will not be white and sticky, okay?
Oh no.
I will not load your package, alright?
God damn.
Well, now I
Unless
don't.
you get
request
married
it.
Well, now I don't. Well, now I am not doing it.
I was holding out for that small chance that I was blessed.
Someone wants the e-girl bathwater.
Can I have the toe socks once you're done using them?
No.
Oh, bad.
How toe basics.
That's funny.
Alright. Here it goes. The lights are going in the toes. About to
Yeah,
do
if you
some
ever
shows.
sell some bath water, let me buy some for my friend Dustin.
Just as a fun side
He would
story,
love that.
for getting those ready. So earlier we talked about a flash pattern drive instead of a flash drive.
Right.
That was a concept I had a long time ago. I never finished the project, but it would be like a single bulb LED on a chip this size, and it would literally be like a necklace or a keychain, and the whole purpose would be for storing spare flash patterns, which you can then transmit back. I never finished the project, but I
That a lot.
I did begin it, and it was called the light drive. But yeah,
Honestly, if you ever finish that project, you know,
Yeah, I want that.
definitely cop. Yeah, I would definitely cop one.
yeah, it would be fun, but we'll see. It would be hard to make it this size. That was a lost.
So would it have chip to chip on it, so you could just like zap it right into the dough?
Yeah, it would be.
Honestly, how big do you think it would be? Because if it's something like the size of the pack, I wouldn't mind wearing something like that.
Oh, maybe. Well, okay, so it would be. Well, for this generation, I would. Well, I have to think about it some more. It probably would be. It might not be possible for this generation. It might be something for a future version 2 with additional hardware in place to make it all work. But it would potentially be like a device maybe this big.
Yeah, I
And-
would definitely wear that. So
Yeah. And it would just have a single bulb somewhere on it, or a single LED, and it would have some infrared communication, because that's how the wireless works. Infrared, like your TV remotes. It's not Bluetooth, and it's not radio, it's not Wi-Fi. It's invisible light instead of visible light, which is kind of similar to how the original chip-to-chip works. That's using visible light, but it's also it's just using visible light and light detection instead of infrared light and like infrared detection. But hopefully in the future, this would actually be inefficient compared to some of the ideas I have planned. But that again is year to years, 1 to 2 years, by my guess. Definitely not something you want to hold your breath on right now. But it is conceptualized. It really depends on how the year goes, how well these gloves do, what other projects are really pressing for my attention at the time. But yeah, it's definitely something that I'd consider.
hey man, I got years. I don't plan to die tomorrow, so.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping most of us will be around in a year or two from now, and most of us will still be into the similar hobbies. But even if not, I'll be there making fun toys for whatever happens to be cool those days.
Hell yeah. So I got one of these in the socks already. That one took
Yeah.
way longer than it should have.
Dude, watching you stick these in, it's like watching a man like getting ready for war.
He's putting the bullets in the clip right now.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like those old armor suit up scenes.
Oh, it's a Punisher scene.
You just ratted yourself out. You haven't practiced this.
Yeah.
Haven't
I'm
practiced
still looking
putting
forward
them
to
in.
seeing. I'm still looking forward to seeing 20 lights, one man. I mean 20 digits, one man.
20 digits, one man.
Hand,
what?
toes.
Oh, the hand and toe show.
Oh, I
God,
need a
There are
second,
already
I
20
need a
lights.
second pair of these
Like
before I can do
fucking
that.
Monster show. I
Oh
know.
my
One
God.
man doubles.
I know I can do. I know a guy who can do it with poi. So
Oh,
it's
really?
only a matter of time.
Yo, I want to see you do threads in between your toes with your hands.
I got you.
God damn.
All right.
This move right here.
2 of them in. Ladies and gentlemen,
And
Oh man.
it is time.
see him on your feet.
It is time.
Ba, 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 ba.
Why do they look like Slims?
Honestly, like Wait till you're walking down the festival and you see this guy roll up with light up toes. Not light up shoes, light up toes.
Yo, I'm here for it.
That's the magic.
That was the festival. Pretty good. This dude gave me a light show and kicked me in the face.
Oh. Wait, during the light show or?
With the toe glove set.
I couldn't tell what was happening. There was like 4 of him for a second. He was definitely ambidextrous.
You smelled a little bit of toe jam.
Smelled pretty wonky, but wasn't the worst thing I smelled that night.
Man was quadripedextrous.
Quadripedextrous. Yep. A whole new
Holy.
Oh.
Yo.
This is cursed. They're not going all the way on my toes because of the individual lights right now.
Oh, that's funny. You know, honestly, that was probably the best toe roll that with LEDs that anyone's ever seen, ever.
I'm pretty sure it's the only toe roll with LEDs anyone's ever seen. Ever?
I think that's what he's saying.
Are the wires comfortable?
No.
Sammy do something.
Hey Josh, is this about the time that you're announcing your OnlyFans?
Yes. Only toes.
Only toes.
Only toes. Yeah.
What's the link for that?
Tomato.com.
If I sub, can I get some bath water from my friend Dustin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sick.
I just need some toe water.
Look. This camera. Oh, you just want to cuddle? Okay.
Have the cat do an upside down light show.
Are you ready?
All right, here we go.
This reminds me of when we put the Inovas on Lullaby's head and he gave a fro show.
Wait for it. I got something for this.
Oh man. What are those?
Oh, he's gonna eat
Oh
his
my
wires.
god.
Oh man. Oh,
shit, he's doing it.
Oh my god.
Figure 8.
This is the most impressive foot job I've ever gotten.
Not me.
Oh yeah.
I'm dead.
This is real toes.
Them
Real
flares.
sweat, with real sweat and real.
Can we slide
Yo,
the
Dustin
LED
just
bump
said
plug
this is
in
the
there
darkest
now?
Timeline.
He's trying to hit them figure 8s with his feet.
Oh, he's hitting him. He's hitting him.
He's
So,
like, hey.
If I just
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh wait, they say kip up. They say.
No, don't break the set. Don't break the set, bro. Oh no.
if I just
Fantastic.
now I wouldn't have realized those weren't hands.
That was amazing.
Oh shit. Where did these are hands? What happened to the toe socks?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Someone needs to buy this man's an
He's
LED
trying not to
plug.
break his lights.
Yo, honestly, in the right
Ta-da!
light, it just looks like
All right, I did it,
Nice landing.
That was
ladies and gentlemen. This cursed content was brought to you by StoneOrbits.com and also Vibrams for sending me the toe socks.
Oh yeah. Wow. Wowzers. Even my cat was impressed.
Bye.
Darkest timeline.
There's no escaping it now.
You guys have been asking this since day freaking one, okay? You guys wanted this. This is what you wanted. Now you're getting it.
be careful what you ask for.
I honestly I don't want my money back at all. Keep it. Well, actually, yeah. No, this is well worth the wait.
All right, so
Everything I wanted and more.
that was the toe show. My
Do it again.
feet are coming off now.
It's okay, they earned a break.
All right, so toe socks light show. Check it off the list.
Check.
If that doesn't blow up on TikTok, then I don't know what the fuck the algorithm wants from me. For real though, we are just about to the end. So what we are going to do now, we are just about to the end. We are going to give away that spot. So whoever wins this giveaway is going to be able to buy one of the glove sets tomorrow, regardless of whether or not they get to the drop time on time. So
Can I enter if I'm buying a set for someone else?
sure, I don't care.
Yeah, sweet. I don't want you to think I'm just like, give me another set.
My man's is looking for his second set. Looking to be a little greedy. We don't care. We don't mind. All right.
Put
You need a
all
second
the
set of
money in
your
my
toe
cart.
stocks.
Yeah,
It's
ultimately, I
amazing
want-
that we have lost so many people right as we're about to give away the glove set as well as tell the time. So kind of ironic. Go ahead and share this stream real quick one more time and tell people that we're about to give away a spot, and tell people that we are about to tell the time.
Take these gloves off.
I think we gotta wait a couple of more minutes, because it seems to me that if everybody who wanted to find out the information was watching at any point in the time, they probably stopped watching and we're gonna come back later in the end of the stream, right? This is what I'm saying. Like Carly just said she returned, so
No, fuck them. They fucked up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess let's get into it. Go ahead and drop your. They left because of the toes. You know what? You guys begged for toes and then they left because of the toes. That's tragic right there. That's hilarious.
Give them what they want. And I guess you never know.
So go ahead and drop a number between 1 and 100. Drop a number between 1 and 100. And the closest number without going over is going to win the opportunity to buy a set tomorrow, regardless if they sell out or not. So whether or not they sell out tomorrow when they drop, you don't have to worry about getting them right away if you win this giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and do this random number generator here after I see a few more numbers, because I see some numbers going through here, but I do not see 16 numbers yet. And I also happen to know that there was definitely more than 16 people who are interested in finding out what time this thing dropped, because there's 27 likes currently on this video and 88 views, which means that there was at least, you know, solid 40 people who came through this stream tonight who want to know things. So the fact that they're not in here right now, they're really fucking up. So share the stream with whoever has not seen it yet.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
And I'm going to give it a few more minutes here before we hit this button. But in the meantime, Shane,
Yes.
the man of the hour, the MVP, the most valuable programmer.
Not really.
We would like to know what time tomorrow, Friday, April 8th, do these Vortex tethered gloves drop on stoneorbits.com for purchase to the public.
They will be available.
Drum roll, please.
They will be available for purchase for everybody until they're all gone, starting at 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time. So be there and don't be square, and you might get yourself a set. It's not supposed to be exclusive. It's just part of the process, and there will be more eventually. But the first set starts at noon tomorrow, and I wish you all the best luck in getting yours.
So the best of luck to you guys tomorrow. There will be 19 sets that for purchase tomorrow. One set will be available to the to the winner of this giveaway, and that we are gonna do right meow. Right now. Here we go. So between 1 and 100, I'm gonna click this a few times, and when I stop, I'm gonna count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and when I stop, the number that it drops on is going to be the winner of a spot, not a free glove set, but the ability to buy the glove set, regardless if they are on time for the drop. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 82. We've got an 82 in the chat, the closest without going over. That is tough for the 85. I see an 85. How about we've got 70, 62, 85, 100. 70 is the winner because closest without going over of 82 is 70.
Is that Snaps? He said his number's for me. That means I get a second set, bitches.
So Snaps gets the second set, or Scotty gets the second set if he wants it. But tomorrow, guys, you will be able to buy this set 12 noon Pacific time. That's 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm so sorry, just too easy, baby. I am so sorry that it was Price is Right rules, but that is how we roll. Price is Right rules. Make sure you smash the notification bell. Don't just hit subscribe, but hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time we go live. Get notified every time I post a video, because we are trying to get monetized here on the Jest channel, and the sooner that we can get monetized, the sooner that we can dump that money back into the community. So that's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're all about. Thank you to everyone for showing up for the stream. Thank you for everyone who was a part of the dev team. Thank you for being here and giving your opinions on all of the crazy nonsense that is going on. And I say nonsense, but that is not the right word. It is full sense. What's the opposite of nonsense? Anyways, the point is, this set is going to be the coolest thing since sliced bread. So get your hands on yours tomorrow at noon. And I want to thank you all for being here again. And if you guys have anything else you want to say, if any of you guys want to plug anything, now is the time to do that.
Yo. Try VR hand jobs on YouTube.
Yo. If you guys want any PM merch, check out the website. I'll drop the link in the chat. We got a tapestry and a Wook Reaper t-shirts. They're pretty unique. They're 12 color prints.
Definitely get your hands on the PM merch. Definitely check out stoneorbits.com for all the other Orbit stuff. Check out Worldwide Gloving Discord. Check out You Got Moves Discord. Support the cause by purchasing the book. The link for just go to stoneorbits.com. You will not be able to miss the drop. That's the only link you need is stoneorbits.com. And use code Jest3M for 10% off at Amazing Lights. And also, if you purchase if you purchase a book or a set of whites tonight, I will load your package with extra goodies. So keep that in mind. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for showing up, my Jesticles. See you next Thursday. I will not be streaming any video games this weekend because I will be in Florida for the weekend going to Disney. That's gonna be fun. So I'll see you next week on Thursday, and don't forget, it's better to be weird than boring. Peace out, y'all.
Woo! Good job, everyone.